I never fucking forget you.
God damn. But that's why we got Tupac.
But I thought you was tough.
I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world, and that's our job.
You have to make it. What up,
Oh shit. I'm already, J-Lo. I'm on ready. I find my kickbackers. Fuck, I'm just gonna do it myself. I ain't say that shit in so long, yo.
Just spit some. Oh my God. I ain't coming back unless you nigga freestyle over that shit one time for me. Bet.
That's a deal. That's a goddamn deal. That's a goddamn deal.
Damn, dog, niggas don't rap no more. I said, you, man.
Right. Well, what up, kickbackers? We back in this motherfucker. You see us? You see it?
We here.
Like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the whole thing.
Welcome to a pod named Kickback. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the whole thing. We're not the black scene no more.
Okay.
What would we be talking? This week we are because of the election. So I hit it this week. Also known, what is it? Welcome to my name, keep on like trying to say the whole thing. Also known as the Black CNN and the revolution will be televised. I'm no breaks new, the righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I'll catch it. If you got it, I'll match it. Every Monday or Words Day. We right back at it. I am the Black Savage, the Magneto of my people. Dude that be chilling and never get mad and just so calm.
Hey, man. Straight to the point, J. Lou, man. We here, man. I appreciate y'all coming out.
J. Lou, what it do?
We here.
Shout out to our sponsors. We got Mo's Marvelous Cleaning. Hit her up at mosmarvelouscleaning.com. Enter code Kickbackers, get 10% off. MySexRoom.net. Go up there for all your lingerie, and your sex toys, and your roses, but don't desensitize your clit, ladies. That's very, very important. But you can still get a choice. Use code Kickbackers. You will get 10% off. And where is mine? I gotta get all my bulls together.
Now, high low. Who wants to go first?
Who wants to go first?
I will.
All right.
Mine's gonna be quick. Hello, hi. I've been on my workout schedule this week.
That's good shit.
Yeah,
you gotta clap that up for that. That's one of the hardest things to fucking do.
I got me a calendar, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting certain stuff on the board, making sure I get certain stuff, done from the business standpoint, professional standpoint, workout standpoint. You know what I'm saying? I've been, I decided to get up earlier to kind of make sure I get certain things done.
Yeah.
Low. Just expenses though, a lot of expenses, start coming out to account. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing to have it, but a lot of expenses coming out. So hopefully by the end of the year, a good bit of those are paid completely off. That's my goal, is to get some certain stuff paid completely off.
That's something like a motherfucking plan.
Get people out your pocket though.
No bullshit. Get your hands on my pocket, nigga.
Exactly.
My high of the week. Well, let's see. My high.
Kind of both now. Huh?
Yeah, it's kind of yeah. So my high and low were intertwined. It was the bro Jeremy birthday. So the Kickback crew.
Happy born day.
Happy born day. Yeah, the Kickback crew decided to go to the mountains in Georgia, Blue Ridge Mountains, and stay at a Airbnb, beautiful place, beautiful cabin. Overlooked the lake, so all the if y'all watch my Instagram story, y'all saw all that shit. But it was just really nice to see, really scenic, nice scenery, and everything was great, except that everything wasn't. It was almost a vacation from hell. From I won't throw anybody under the bus. I did everything I was supposed to do. But anyway, not having enough supplies. What else? Bed bugs. I got bit. You know what I'm saying? And a few other things that happened that just made it like, on one hand, a super fun trip, and on the other hand, like, what kind of shit is this? You know what I'm saying? What kind of shit is this? So that was my high and my low, man. I love being in the mountains. I love relaxing. I love having a couple of days off. Love being around people I care about. I don't like bed bugs. I don't like running out of supplies. I don't like being in confined spaces with people I don't fuck with. And it was just a combination of all that. And I'll leave it like that. But, I'm back. Now.
You made it home safe.
I made it home.
That's the most important.
Hell yeah. And let's move on to our viral story of the week.
My left stroke just went viral.
All right, Georgia. Well, country. We had an election yesterday. We live in Georgia. Of course, we in Atlanta. So this particular election hit the hardest, meant the most to us. I am very happy that Maryland has a black governor, only the third black governor in the history of this nation.
I think he went to the House, too.
He's over in the Howard?
No, the House.
H-U?
Nah, y'all do that shit.
The
House. Congratulations, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of big firsts, too.
Yeah.
Certain individuals. That was good, too.
The world is changing, just not here in Georgia, apparently. So I was very disappointed. Like I said on Facebook, I tolerated mumble rap. I tolerated the Falcons going 28-3 leading the Super Bowl. I tolerated the Atlanta Hawks. I tolerated Wingstops. I tolerated snow. And I didn't even know it could snow in Atlanta. I tolerated a lot of shit. This is probably one of the biggest things that I'm not going to tolerate. I don't know if I feel like not enough people voted. People are telling me, I was told today on Facebook that 100,000 people moved to Georgia just to make sure the state didn't turn Democrat. So there were people that just moved here so that they could vote. And I was like, that's diabolical. And that's a level of commitment. If it's true, because I don't even know people on Facebook be saying any fucking thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, if it's true, that's a level of commitment I've never experienced. Moving to a state, not because my friends are there, not because my family's there, not for a better opportunity, but just to make sure that this one state in the entire union doesn't turn Democrat.
But
that's crazy.
They moved Herschel here from Texas to make so he can run.
Damn. So yeah, maybe. Herschel's a fucking idiot, and this is how I know Republicans and conservatives, they're worse than fucking Democrats. Like me, I will vote Democrat if it's a toss-up.
Right.
But I would never vote for Trump because of how I feel about him. Now, would I have voted for maybe what's the white dude that died? The war hero, John McCain.
McCain.
I'm not sure. It depends on who he's running against.
Yeah.
Ricky Rubio, depends on who you're running against. It's Virginia had a black governor named George Steele. He was Republican. But if I lived in Virginia, I would have voted for him every time. I fuck with his politics. It didn't matter what his title was.
Right.
But Republicans voting for Herschel Walker because they don't want Raphael Warnock, that's like Republicans voting for Donald Trump because they just don't want a woman in Hillary. That's crazy and that's scary to me. That you would be willing to vote fucking Herschel Walker into office, into the Senate,
yeah.
Just because you don't like a black man, a black man that I would say is more principled. You know what I'm saying? Because what's their knock on Raphael Warnock? The commercial say, Raphael Warnock believes that a boy can become a girl. I was like, y'all got
some of this shit they find is ridiculous though.
Yeah, we got Herschel Walker talking about his ex-wife might put a gun on her. His son told me they had to move all these different times to keep him from killing them. And then he was lying about being a police officer. All that weirdo shit. And they just be like, yeah, vote for him.
He just don't pass. He don't pass the intelligence level that you think that you think he can actually do the job. Like some skills are transferable. He has no skills that you say, you know what, he did this, so he can do this.
Yeah,
He has none of those.
none.
But I would say this. Normally, with the state of what's going on, you would think it would be what they call a red wave. You would think a lot of Republicans will win the House.
I put it on do not disturb. Fuck is calling me?
Yeah.
People disrespectful like they don't know what time I do the podcast.
Because you would think like everything that happened with the Georgia election, and on a national level, you would have think it would have been a lot worse. Like the Democrats and Republicans are both claiming wins because the Democrats thought it was going to be horrible. They thought it was going to be a red wave. It was a substantial amount of Republicans win the seats, and it hasn't been. But also, they're skewing towards actually taking over the House. It's going to be very close in the Senate. So you see it's pros and cons on both sides. Trump I feel like Trump came off bad in this type of election based on the individuals that actually won and lost. Yeah. In Georgia, it's going to be tough. Obviously, I would like to give Abrams her credit.
Yeah.
Because she didn't win, she created an atmosphere that makes Georgia competitive for Democrats going forward.
She changed the culture.
Exactly. So you kind of got to give her roses for that. She was always way low in the polls, so you kind of knew they had so much time to market against her that everybody was scared to vote for her. Like even if you see Kemp won the election by so much more over her, then normally you would think it would be just even with Herschel Walker and Warnock, and it's not. That one's going to end up going to a runoff. So get out and vote on December 6th or the early voting. But it was crazy last night watching it though.
I was in disbelief, man.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there like, this is what y'all want? Like the Kemp thing, it blew me off. It threw me off because she actually won the popular vote last time,
right,
2 years ago. So I'm thinking people were upset that she was cheated out of it, and they were just coming in droves. To find out, I'm gonna say this is my dog at some point. But to find out that she was losing by such a wide margin, I'm like, what the fuck happened? And people stopped voting, and people stopped caring.
Yeah.
Like, why did this drop so drastically? And then the Herschel Walker shit is just comical to me. Because no way in the world, it was like Trump. There's no way in the world I thought somebody was gonna vote for this nigga. Like, no, he goofy. Like, no,
he's everything that you say you're against if you're a value voter.
Yeah.
So that was that issue. I kind of saw the Abrams thing coming, just because you guys saying the Republicans had so much time to market against her. So what happens is, when you're a strong candidate, you bring out the other side too. So that side came out in droves. It was a tough climate for her to run in. With the gas prices, inflation, things of that nature. Even though some of it, a lot of it is on a global level. You still take the hit when you're in the office. So normally every other year, some people just like, hey, I'm voting for him every other year, type thing. So you understood that, but like I said, she deserves her flowers. What she legitimately gave Georgia to the Democrats a couple years ago based on the work she did prior.
Absolutely.
So, she had a lot of they spent a lot of dollars marketing against her.
Yeah, and lying against her. They were saying all kind of shit.
Oh, they was making up shit, and because she killed in all of the debate. In the debates, you can see who was the more intelligent individual. You can see the more intellectual who can kind of stay on topic. You saw all of that. So it's nothing against her.
He showed a game plan. She lost, but
I'm gonna stick beside him.
I'm gonna stick beside her, man. I'm gonna stick beside her.
And I told one of my peoples about this. What she should do, she should be able to charge the Democratic Party whatever she wants to be able to market and get people registered.
I would agree. And I think she really needs to be a part of Biden's cabinet or Kamala Harris's cabinet going forward, whatever hell you want to call it.
And she very well may be. I think because they knew she was running for governor, that's why she didn't. Because you see, they grabbed they grabbed Bottoms. They grabbed the Bottoms and put her in a prominent role. So I think it was definitely necessary. But I think they always.
And she got fucked out of that last election. She didn't run. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you why she didn't run on camera.
Yeah, but she didn't want to deal with it.
Nah. She got hit with the sit this one out.
Yeah.
When you see this file,
yeah, I'm
gonna read it on TV. They forced her out. That's why I'm glad she got into that position. And also with Stacey Abrams, I can't believe y'all like Kemp, all the bullshit he did, talking about the election being rigged, all that shit. And then motherfucking Herschel Walker don't know what he talking about. But it's the fact that Kemp lied so much and y'all voted for him.
He lied. Y'all niggas worship him.
Y'all niggas worship him. He lied. He stole the election.
Motherfucker. Hey, man. Overall, it tends to be a red state. Like it's a lot of counties. I know a lot of people, look in the
metro Atlanta.
In the metro Atlanta areas, but it's a lot of other counties out here. Yeah. Abrams, don't take nothing back for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't think nothing that you did was wrong because you ran a hell of a campaign.
Absolutely.
And you actually gave the Democrats the presidency a couple years ago. So, and you basically made Georgia a toss-up state for the next probably 4 to 8 years, easy.
Yeah, I agree.
Based on the work that you put in as far as registering and kind of going through the state. So,
unless these Bama's really moving here just to be Republican, just to sway the vote, that's some gangster shit.
Yeah, ain't gonna lie.
That's crazy.
That's dedication.
I can't even go to the gym every day. So them doing that, I'm like, that's commitment, nigga.
There's dedication.
I ain't even married. I can't commit to get married. They commit to this shit, to their Republican Party.
It's big with them.
Factory. And just as a quick note, this Friday the state of Georgia will be having the funeral for deceased rapper Takeoff. Rest in peace, Takeoff. Peace and blessings upon him. The funeral will be held at State Farm Arena. The more details that come out now, allegedly the person that killed him has been killed. It's a whole lot of controversy online. WAC 100 has been going at the Prince family nonstop. Just all of this happened. There are people in Georgia who are not happy with Houston, and there are people in Houston who are not happy with the Princes. And I don't know what's real, what's fake, what's truth, what's not. Time will reveal. But I do know that we will be celebrating the life of Takeoff this Friday. And I'm going to stay in that space until we get more information. But when I moved to Georgia, when I first moved here, it was Rocco was king, Young Thug was doing his thing, and Rich Homie Quan had just come out. Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan had just come out. A couple years later, there was these three little dudes that rapped kind of funny. They was talking about Versace. And I'm like, people still wear Versace. And it's ironic because now I got a lot of Versace shit. But I was kind of like, Versace? They talking about Versace? They got Drake on it?
You got a stud on the viewers?
I got a lot of Versace. I get a lot of Versace shit.
I tell you.
I had on a real nice Versace shirt today, and I realized I wore it on the podcast 9 months ago. Oh, can't wear this again. I don't put on this one. But I keep it 100 with Sax Off Fifth, my best friend in the world. Sax Off Fifth. Be your best friend. He's wearing last year's Versace. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? But I just rest in peace, Takeoff, and I hope your family, your friends, and our second home heals. Because there's people all over my timeline like, I remember we was in elementary school. I remember when he first started rapping. I remember when his cousin did this. And it's people, it's like the equivalent, I don't want to say anybody in particular, the equivalent of like somebody, a go-go star dying.
Yeah.
Everybody got a story with him because we all, you know what I'm saying? Like we know everybody. And that's what I saw. That's what this is for Atlanta. Like everybody knew somebody with the Migos or knew something or did something. Excuse me, my cousin used to fuck his niece, whatever the fuck it was. You know what I'm saying?
It was something. Yeah, I think and obviously I wasn't here last week when you know what I'm saying when you guys talked about it. I would say two things. One, we got to change our value system. We got to value life more.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing. Sometimes if it's an altercation, sometimes a fight is okay. If you know what I'm saying, and you can leave it there. But like you, the story stood out to me because you know, like you don't know how people feel about you until you go. Sometimes that's one thing that we kind of struggle with. And everybody spoke ridiculously highly of him, being non-confrontational, being a good person, and you would hope that when you go, the people that you've interacted with can say that about you.
Absolutely.
So rest in peace to him, his family. I know it's tough. A lot of questions being asked. We know a lot of people that left young, unfortunately. But hopefully, you can find solace in what everybody's saying when he's gone. He's that type of person.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think they're lying. That was his energy.
So that's the energy he gave, and that's why.
Yeah,
I agree completely. That's a big part.
All right, so we'll move on to our what the fuck story of the week for the last time, not the last time ever, but last time this episode. Take off, rest in peace, brother.
Rest in peace.
May you be. What's Scarface saying about Tupac? When you enter into the tunnel with light, may your ancestors, whatever.
Yeah.
But basically, we wishing you a peaceful journey.
Most definitely.
Rest in peace, Coolio too. That was his song.
Yeah, and all your family too, man. That they was going through it.
Hell yeah. Shout out to QC.
It's the mayor. What the fuck? You know what it is.
What the fuck story of the week? I'm glad I put that there because I forget how much I like that song. Y'all don't know I used to be a rapper, and I don't mean like rap with boys in the neighborhood. I got like 10 albums and like 9 mixtapes and was on 106 Park and motherfucking MTV Direct and got a song with the Neptunes and Raheem Devon. Don't play with me. Please don't play with me.
Don't play.
Don't play. I look young.
I'm gonna listen. Raheem had a couple. He had some hits.
Hell yeah. His first album gotta be in my top something of all albums. And the song on the album, Believe in Me, that's in my top 10 favorite songs of all time.
Oh.
That's a quick story.
Go ahead.
I met the nigga that wrote the song Believe in Me.
Yeah.
We was in what's our strip club in DC? The most popular one we had. Stadium. We was in the stadium eating dinner. My man BBD, Lance Me, F, and Homeboy. And we're sitting there talking about he wrote stuff for Raheem Devon. Oh, that's what's up. Raheem got my favorite song of all time. I'm like, what is it? I'm like, Believe in Me. He was like, I wrote it. And I was like, damn, nigga, that's my favorite song.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I ain't get paid like it though. So I appreciate the love, but
I'm not.
I was like, oh,
that happens in the industry.
Yeah.
I did good on that Raheem Devon album. I did good. I did good. You get back. I was an R&B guy, so I get you back.
Okay.
I get you back there. I'll put that thing on. Like, damn, but you feel this on too?
He had a couple Jones on there on that first album.
Yeah,
but all his albums are good.
Yeah, he has some dogs on there. Him and Jay Holiday.
Hell yeah, shout out to Jay Holiday. My brother about to marry his sister. I was on the Beard remix. Shout out GOV, my old group. We actually did an unofficial Beard remix that made its way around the DMV. We felt good about that shit. He out here now. Jay Holiday is out here.
Makes sense. I saw him in. It was a minute ago. I saw him, but it was about Bob by my spot.
Yeah, he out here, and like I said, my little brother about to marry his sister, so he's in the family, I guess we call it that.
Hey,
but how about the what the fuck story of the week? I don't know how we introduced it. Never made it to it.
Yeah.
Just never made it to it.
We from the city though, you know what I'm saying? We gonna show love to the city.
Got to.
It is what it is.
So, what the fuck story of the week concerns Dwayne Wade his ex and his transgender daughter Zaya. The ex is exclaiming that Dwayne Wade is pressuring Zaya to have the physical change, meaning the actual, sex change, dismembering the member. To I don't know what to say. This, what? Yeah, that's what it is, right?
Dismembering the member. Yo.
Dismember, and don't dismember. But dismember, you know what I'm saying? Don't dismember.
Dismember the member.
You try to get us canceled, yo.
What? Yo.
It's with me, you, Kanye, and Kyrie.
Shorty, you put the words together.
I'm a lyricist, man. I told y'all I was a rapper. I told y'all niggas.
I'll tell you, man.
And I always thought Lil Boosie was like being funny when he was like, "Don't cut his thing off, Dwayne Wade. Don't cut his thing off." And apparently the ex-wife was saying that's exactly what he's trying to do. Cut his thing off. She says she believes they should wait till, Zaya reaches the age of 18. Okay. I think if you should not be able to change your gender if you can't buy a drink. So I think 21, do whatever you want, and I support it. I consider myself an ally to the LGBTQIA community, and I know all the letters because I care. I consider myself an ally, and I had nothing against anybody's sexual preference or identity preference. I used to struggle with pronouns.
Okay.
Calling you by you're clearly a man to me, but you only refer to you as her. That was weird to me.
Okay.
You're clearly a singular human. You only should refer to you as they and them. Why would I do that? Hey, Elon Musk is a funny motherfucker. All this shit he been doing on Twitter been funny as shit, and some of it's crazy, letting everybody say whatever they want. But he said that if your pronoun is them, they, or we, he's gonna charge you twice.
He's a funny motherfucker.
He meant that shit.
You saw the joke where he fired people right on the spot. They like, yeah, we failed here. He's like, hey, failure has a cost. You fired.
So on Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah, he did that. Yeah, Joe Rogan, they was feeling away about it too. Then he had he put out he's like, look, we're gonna try some stuff. Some of it might be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Just bear with us. We trying some things, see what stuff hit. So that was good too. But back to the D Wade and his daughter, and I would say I try to stay out of certain stuff like this.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's very personal. But I would say this: as her mother or his mother, however she looks at it, she should have a say. Absolutely. I also, D Wade put out a statement that like, hey, you haven't been involved. You haven't tried to get to know, get to know this, this iteration of, our child. So, I understand that as well. I'm more like you. I'm lower. I'm at age 18, not 21. And the only reason I'm at age 18 because I feel like in the United States of America, if you can fight for your country and die, you should be able to have every liberty that it provides,
including drink liquor.
Exactly. So,
but you don't. You can't get a car.
I know.
You can't get into auto strip clubs.
No, I agree with all of that.
You can't get into no sex club. I don't want you to be if you're not 21.
But no, I feel like you should be. I feel like at 18, either if you can die for your country at 18, you should be able to do everything at 18. So that's my thought. Like, so I'm like, I'm not pro or anti it. I'm just saying, look, if that's the case, change it to 21. Say you can fight for your country at 21, and then I'll say the same thing with 21, and that's my whole take.
I'm with you on that. It needs to be instead of changing, instead of lowering the age for everything else to 18, everything needs to be raised to the age of 21.
Yeah,
is how I look at it.
Well, yeah, see, and I'm like, look, I don't care what the decision you make. If it's 18 or 21, but whatever that age is, you should be able to have every single fucking liberty we have to offer.
I agree.
Because if you can lose your life, that means you can
Do anything.
Exactly. You can. Yeah. I'm like, look, if you can sign me up for that, you should be able to sign me up for everything else that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thought process. Yeah, it's tough, man. You know, I try to, like I said, we try to stay out of it, but the mother has a say, and you know, she's exercising the right. D Wade has been the primary guardian who's taking care of everything. So
I don't know. At least 18, it might be 21, but not 15, 16. You don't get to go and dismember your member. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. don't dismember your member. Not at that young age. Because we did a story on here, a month or two ago, where the person regretted it and then tried to sue the plastic surgeon.
Exactly, and that's the issue. So I'm like, look, at 18, you can't sue me because you technically you didn't have to have nobody sign for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I kind of understand her position. Like, hey, at this point, you have to sign for it. So if if they change their mind at a later date, they have no recourse. But at 18, like, it's on you. You made this decision.
Damn. If you feel you're truly a woman, but you're in a man's body, I'm trying not to be weird, but I'm thinking, do you pleasure yourself? Because is that like, this isn't me?
Whoa.
Like, what the fuck?
I'm not thinking about that.
No, because what I'm thinking is why is she in a rush to switch? I'm like, oh, she may want to have sex. Teenager. You know how we was as teenagers. Shit, how we still are now today. But I'm thinking, like, if I think I'm a woman and I think I need to have a clit in a vagina, am I looking at my dick like, I don't want this shit? What the fuck? Nigga, I was born wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. But is that a thought? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be like, no, I want to have the other sensation. Or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want with a vagina, you think you feel you're a man, you're like, no, I want to stroke my dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you don't have one. So, like, what? Because this is my thinking. If you get pleasure from your birth organ, and then you're willing to remove that birth organ, you don't know that you're still going to get that same pleasure from whatever they change it into. That's a risk.
I'm so confused about that shit, though.
I'm just saying. I'm confused. I'm expressing my confusion.
I feel like
I don't know.
You should be able to do whatever you want
once you're an adult.
There you go. And the only reason I say that is like, look, you change your mind so much before that age.
Yeah.
And like I said, you know, and when Boosie said what he said, you know, I wasn't a fan of it. But all I would say, the only thing that I would say is, you don't know how you want to evolve over time. So I feel like, I would probably say wait till at least 18 to make sure that, you know, you've grown a certain way, you've matured in a certain way. And I try to, you know, one of my core values is empathy. So I try to put myself in that situation. If I was that dad, you know, would I love my child? You know, and I know the answer is I would love my child
no matter what.
No matter what, period. But I also feel like I would say, hey, I'm with you with whatever you decide to do. Wait to this age to give yourself room to grow into that. You know what I'm saying? To grow into what you want to do. And I'll ride with you either way. But yeah, it do seem a little tough at 15, 16. And like I said, and I have a daughter. And even if I had a son, like at certain age, we're not talking about certain shit.
Yeah, and that's
we talk about grades,
now,
sports. We try to put together the values that I want you to have. You know what I'm saying? That I need to instill in you to make sure that you're a good, upstanding citizen and person. So I'm not talking, like, I don't want to talk about nothing sexual with you at that age.
This new child empowerment era, it's like almost like the Me Too with women. Like, women just got supremely empowered. And I don't knock that. I'm not mad at that. I don't have an issue with it. Shout out to all my sisters. Love you all. black, white, German, Asian, Jewish, whatever the hell. Love all women. I won't fuck all of you, but I do love all of you. Shout out to my sisters. But I find myself, because as the world changes, we change with it.
Yeah.
And we get a new awareness of certain shit. And what I found myself being is like, I don't want to speak on their experience, like, wait till you get a little older, grow into it.
Okay.
Because I knew from like age 6 or 7, I like bitches. And at age 10, I like bitches. And at age 14, I like bitches. And at age 20, I like bitches. And at age 46, I like bitches. Queens, sorry, ladies. And it was never in doubt for me. It was never a question for me. I didn't need to wait any amount of time to figure it out. I knew what I liked. I knew I was a man or a boy, a teenager boy, a grown man. Right. I never at any point had a question mark. But I don't know what their experience, but I'm wondering if it is as definite as my experience and your experience was. Right. I don't know shit, but I wonder if it is. I don't know.
But I would say this, though. As a parent, what would you say? Because as a parent, I'm like,
as a parent, I'll tell you what I'm saying.
Because I'm thinking, I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's your experience, I know, but I'm still, eat whatever you like. I'm still telling you, wait, learn yourself, work on values, take your education. If you're doing activities, be great at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's still my go-to. I'm not getting to that age. I'm not getting to that at a certain age.
I'm giving you pushback on is learn yourself.
Okay.
I think that can say one of two things.
Okay. It
can say learn yourself as like a human. We should all learn ourselves. We should all learn ourselves before we make lifelong decisions.
I agree.
We should all be at a certain age before we do that. But it also sounds like, are you sure you want to be the other thing?
Yeah, but
and I think that is it's fair because in this day and age, it's almost in style to do shit like that.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people who become casualties that aren't really about, quote unquote, that life, and they want to be different, like, or they want to do something else.
Like the person who sued.
The person who sued.
And I would say, but more so, my thing I apologize is prioritize. Like, look, I can't. Your values should be first before you get to what your sexual wants and needs are.
Well, sexual wants and needs are different than gender wants and needs.
Okay.
Gender reassignment is who you think you are. I want to be who I am. I want to look like who I am. Sex is I want to fuck who I want to fuck.
Okay.
So, they're gonna love me after this shit. So the LGBTQIA community, or transgenders more specifically, are about I want to be who I feel I am. I look in the mirror and that's not me. And I don't know why it's not me. Like, why was I born this way?
And I understand.
Why I got a beard? I don't want a fucking beard. You know, whatever.
Okay.
You know, they go through. Well, like I said, are they mad at their dick? That's why I asked that question. Cause like, why do I have a dick? In their heart, I'm a girl.
Okay.
This is stupid. Okay. Like, how could God, mix this up? Okay. And so in that sense, it's not a sexual thing. It's an identity thing. And that's why I give you the pushback on that. But I still think that I would, if I'm blessed to have a child, I'm going to tell my child, if they happen to be, transgender, I'm going to tell them, we can't do any kind of surgeries on anything until we're 18.
Yeah, we ain't doing no cosmetic surgery.
We ain't doing nothing.
No BBL shit that they know. We ain't doing none of that shit until 18.
Yeah, we ain't doing no Brazilian dick lifts. None of it. But what I feel like is, it's for that reason, not because I don't trust their gut or trust their heart or trust their experience.
Yeah,
I'm not doubting you. So don't tell my child,
we good to go. Yeah,
I'm not doubting you. I'm supporting you. We can even change your wardrobe. We can do a lot of shit, but we cannot have any type of surgery unless it's to save your life. And if you gotta get your appendix out or something, we're not doing any surgeries until you're 18.
I'm with that.
But I'm supporting you all the way. We can change your name. We can go to therapy. We can go and make sure that this is the smoothest transition for you as possible.
I like that.
But we're not doing any surgery till a certain age.
Yeah. I just want you to be built different. You know what I'm saying? Like structurally, you know, I just wanted to get a certain age before I know, you know, before we start putting you under a knife and all that stuff.
Because they make them go through like a
them.
year of therapy or something before they can do the procedure.
Yeah,
and that man went through the year of therapy and still was like, "I'm suing you," because
because I'm like, I don't trust y'all doctors and shit either. I'm like, look, fuck
yeah. But I mean, prayers to everybody involved, positive energy going out to the whole Wade family.
Definitely.
We are not here to judge you. We are just here to speak on what you keep putting in front of us. As long as you keep putting this story in my face, I'm going to probably talk about it. But I don't have any negative feelings. Go Zaya, do your thing. Rooting for you, pulling for you, nothing but love for you.
Be great.
Be great. D-Wade, the way you've embraced your child and the controversial decisions, it shouldn't be controversial, but to this world, controversial decisions your child has made in the way you and Gabby support. I bow down to your greatness. I make you a great parent.
And it's nothing. And to me, her argument about money, I'm like, look, D-Wade is good. He's made
that was a weird thing too, because I'm like,
your
child got bread.
I'm like, that's when I'm like, look, now you're looking disingenuous. Because I'm like, look, if you care about the age and all that stuff, the points that we were making, that valid points, we understand that. But I'm like, you mentioning money. I'm like,
and wasn't she the same chick that was the head of a sign saying we homeless because Dwayne Wade won't pay us?
Oh, that was her.
Boom.
Yeah. So I'm like, look, you can't say that. Because one, you haven't been an involved parent for you know, a good portion of your children's lives. So that's one. I'm like, two, D-Wade I'm sure he got a lot of M's in his account. And the chick he's married is solid too. So you know, like I can assure you, you know, I doubt it very seriously is about financial gain for him.
Yeah, we forget he's an owner in the Utah Jazz. We forget that the last 4 or 5 years of his career, he left Nike and did a deal with Japan. An NBA star on the Miami Heat, winning championships every year, did an exclusive deal with a Japanese shoe company. So we forget that. That's money.
I wouldn't scream it's about money.
Right.
He's gonna be rich. He's gonna be rich with or without the you know whatever change.
Rich forever.
Facts.
And ever. You see when Gilly and Wallow they signed their jump?
Oh, when they
kind of shit. So that's how we gonna be when we get 100 million.
So I was like, this
nigga, we get 100 million. They got Amsterdam vodka, and then we get new vodka named after me. We get that to sponsor us and Barstool, and then we got $100 million check. I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna have a loud cry.
Cry. You gonna have a loud cry?
I mean, what's the dude who what are you doing? Like I'm crying like that.
Facts. Give me 100 to bang.
100 mil to talk. I'm like, shit. I'm like,
no bullshit, y'all. God damn.
And then Wallow signing shit quick. Get all in the background and shit.
There's something in it like, dog, this is what.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, congratulations to $1 million worth of games. Like, they got Kevin Hart one this week. I saw half of it. But it was great, but I just haven't finished it yet. Yeah. It was everything else was fucking great.
I'm gonna check it out, man. It was a good I like the genuineness of it. You'll say the most important thing I like when he was rapping, when Wallow was locked up. Did you ever hear the
as soon as Wallow come home, we're gonna do it?
Yeah. Like I felt that though.
Yeah, that was real shit.
I felt that shit different though. So yeah.
I got a song about one of my niggas, Big Lee. They got locked up. I'm like, by the time you get home, they gonna have a deal. I'm gonna have a Billy waiting for you. Now, I didn't get a deal. I didn't have a Billy. But I listened to one of my old albums because every now and then I listen to some shit I dropped in 2009, and I recorded myself listening to it, and I to play that part, and I sent it to him, and I was like, nigga, this is when you was locked up. Yeah, you was on my mind, nigga. I was like, when you come home, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, like
exactly,
nigga, like because I don't know if this is good or bad, but like a lot of my hood niggas, like when I came to Atlanta, part of it was to escape a lot of that shit and to separate from a lot of that shit. So I don't talk to a lot of niggas that I came over. Like I can't talk to every fucking body, all the time. And so we talk sporadically, but the love is still there. When I heard that song, it took me back
to that moment.
to that moment. And it's just like, man, I was like, nigga, you don't even like, we don't talk all the time, but nigga, do you know how fucking much I love you, dog?
We still, exactly.
Yeah. He was like, man, I love you too. Nigga. He was like, I think he might have said, I never heard that. I think he might have been like, I never heard this shit.
Yeah.
You talking about like, nigga, we miss you, nigga. When you get home, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. We think about you every day. And that, it made him happy. Like, damn.
Exactly.
Like, you know, I don't know what he was thinking when he was locked up, but he know now niggas was thinking about him.
Exactly.
But shout out to Big Lee, man. I love you, hit me. We got some good shit to talk about. I mean, man, no. Okay, wait a minute.
You know what? We was torn between
yeah.
So you gonna play the music or not?
I'm gonna play it, but respectfully. I'm gonna do my Justin LeBoy jump.
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
This is not gonna be a pile on Kyrie Irving segment. This is not gonna be a segment disrespecting him, calling him out of his name, and belittling him. That is not what this is gonna be. This is gonna be a teaching moment. And I want to be very clear. I don't want to do what other people have done by putting their foot in their mouth and saying some outlandish shit, and then now they lose all their deals. I don't want to do that. But I'm going to say this. My name is Niall Tariq Newman. I came up under Farrakhan. I think no other person in this country has been called anti-Semitic more than Louis Farrakhan, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan.
Definitely.
I am a protege of the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. When he made his statements, I always understood where he was coming from, and I always understood what he meant. I also sometimes understood and sometimes did not understand when people labeled him anti-Semitic or when people were angry at his statements. It always felt to me like it was a lot of truth telling that hurt a lot of feelings. Sometimes you can say things like, if you say, hey bro, you're a little tart, here's the mint. That sounds one way. If you say, your breath stink, bitch, that feels a different way.
Definitely.
So I felt like he never lied, but sometimes he said it in a way that, your breath stink, bitch. And so I understood how people were offended because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And as a person who has struggled with how he says things and has been more on the your breath stink, bitch vibe than I've been on, hey bro, here's a mint. I understand that I never ever want to be your breath stink, bitch. I never want to be that person. I know that I've heard a lot of people being that person. And I've been hurt from other people trying to be that person. So I try to be, here's a mint, bro. And I understand, from my understanding of that documentary that Kyrie retweeted, didn't post it, just retweeted it, that it was a whole bunch of, your breath stink, bitch. And not a whole lot of here's a mint, bro. And understanding that, even when Kanye was saying, when he was on Drink Champs, we did a skit, not a skit, we talked about the podcast, and I was like, I thought as soon as he said it, I was like, they're gonna fuck you up. And that is what I thought when he said it, because he said, your breath stink, bitch. He didn't say, here's a mint, bro.
Exactly. And
same thing with Kanye, same thing with Kyrie. So I feel the reason why Kyrie's getting a Don't Be Dumb award isn't because I think he was dumb. And it isn't because I think that he was factually incorrect. It is because I think that when time came to explain it, so you have to be able to explain what you mean. And I think a lot of times people want to say things and they're not prepared to explain what they mean. If someone comes to me right now and says, you said you like Farrakhan, what does that mean? It means I like Farrakhan. It means I'm Muslim. It means that he's one of my leaders. What does that mean to you now? I know what it means to me. I know what I'm saying. What does it mean to you? Does that automatically make me anti-Semitic? Does that automatically make me hate white people? Like, what does that mean to you? Because to me, that man will never be reduced to being just an anti-Semite.
Right.
or to me, a anti-Semite. He's not anti-Semitic in my view. Now, in your view, it could be that way, and we can have a healthy dialogue. I am not anti-Semitic. I'm pro everybody.
Yeah.
LGBTQIA, every race, religion, culture. I do have an issue with straight white men in America, but we'll get to that at another time. I do have that issue though, but we ain't gonna talk about it today. That shit later. I'm just saying, these motherfuckers, fucking Brian Kemp. I'm just saying.
They feel attacked, huh?
Yeah, y'all the victims. Fuck out of here. And I do mean that. I'm not anti-white men, but we could talk about that. Call me, white guys. Pause. But my thing with Kyrie is, I wish he would have just answered the questions. Are you an anti-Semite? No. That's very cut and dry. But to try to be smart and try to be like, well, if I know where I'm from, then I guess I'm not. And it's like, no, just answer the question. Don't try to be the smartest person in the room. Don't try to do riddles. Just answer the fucking question. Yeah. And I think that's where him and Kanye, a lot of those people that think they're so woke, fuck up, is they think they know more than you know. So they're dropping riddles and think they're cute and they think they cool. And really, you're just making an ass out of yourself and you're costing yourself so much. Answer the fucking question. No, I'm not anti-Semitic. Why'd you retweet the movie? It was some shit in the movie I liked. I wanted my people to see. Now, maybe I was a little inconsiderate because there's some harsh things about other people. But there was some good shit I wanted my people to see. And if you don't see any good in that, then you don't see it. And that's you.
That's your prerogative.
I don't hate you. I don't wish nothing bad on Jewish people. It was something in that documentary I wanted my people to see. If you want me to tell you what it was, I'll tell you the part. Yeah. But I'm not anti-Semitic. I don't hate Jewish people, and I don't agree with everything in it. But there was some shit I did agree with, and I shared it. So my people could see it. Was it insensitive? Well, now that everybody's crying about it, I do kind of think, if you tell me I hurt your feelings, I am going to apologize no matter what. Okay. Anybody on earth can tell me I hurt their feelings and I won't apologize.
Except white men, right?
Except straight white men.
There you go.
Oppressors in America. It's like if anybody on earth can ask you to borrow $20. I don't think there's a person alive on the planet that if I think they need it, I'm not giving it. Like it's $20. Buy me a meal. I'm lying because sometimes I don't buy homeless people meals and they be like, hey, give me a meal, man, fuck out of here. But so sometimes I do. But I think as a general thing, if I think you are living your life and you are doing what you need to do when you just feel short, I don't think there's anybody that can't get $20 for gas for me or $20 for dinner for me. Yeah. And I don't think there's anybody who says I hurt them that can't get an apology from me. Right. So if all Jewish people did the ADL, which I don't rock with. I've seen them do too much damage to black men that speak out. I don't like that. I am pro-black. I am for my people first. And you can't cancel me. I ain't got nothing. But I'm a Farrakhan supporter. So if you shit on Farrakhan, I probably gonna fuck with you. Which is why I didn't fuck with Bill Clinton. All the black people love Bill Clinton. I ain't like him. You shitting on Farrakhan. Fuck you, Bill Clinton. I ain't forgot. It's been, what, 30 years, 20 years? I still ain't forgot it. Fuck you, Bill. Fuck your bitch. Don't fuck with Farrakhan. That's my guy. You don't like it? Fuck you. Straight like that. But getting back to Kyrie, I wish he would have just answered the question and moved on with his life. Yeah. Now he's losing deals. He's been suspended. And these motherfuckers try to give him 6 steps that he got to complete before he come back. I wouldn't go back. I would, my contract is up at the end of the season. I'll sit out this season and see if somebody will sign me. And my boy in the barbershop, my barber was like, he said, wait, shut the fuck up, be quiet, lay low, and then go to the Charlotte Hornets. Jordan owns that team.
Jordan pay him.
We don't need you. I'm about to be disrespectful to white people, but we don't need you slave owners.
And
we got a nigga in charge in Charlotte, bitch.
My issue with everything was, I feel like Kyrie and Kanye, some of what they say is is based in truth. And what gets me is sometimes they'll say truth, but they'll mix it in with bullshit.
That's what drives me fucking crazy.
And
it's the manipulative shit. That's being a manipulator.
Yeah, and it makes it hard for me to fully support you because of that. So, and this is kind of what I surmise in how I try to evaluate it. I get upset if you do it by a couple of ways, and this is the only way I can do it where it's uniform throughout. If you've researched the topic, I'm okay with it. But more importantly, if you've looked at the other side, I'm okay with it. And the third thing is, if you come off as though you're more intelligent than everybody in the room, I'll never listen to you. So I think that's the issue with Kyrie. Like, it's not the fact that he put it out there, because look, it was on Amazon to be put out there. So you know what I'm saying? Like it was out there to be put on. My issue is you in your own head blatantly just put it out there, admittedly didn't look at it. You admittedly said, hey, I Googled, I looked up what this mean because this mean my name, and I put it out there. So you weren't informed about what you were putting out there. So that's my issue. You know, my issue, you know, and on the other side, I'm like, some of what they say is very true. But like I said, and you know, I kind of agree with you. Like, look, no, I'm not anti-Semitic, but this is why, you know what I'm saying? It's like, look, you don't have to be arrogant with people that you feel like you're smarter than, especially when you didn't articulate or take the time to learn both sides of the spectrum. And I think, and that's what gets me with Kanye and Kyrie, is that they feel like if you don't agree with them, or you didn't look at the two articles that they did, that you're beneath them. And I don't trust people like that. Not black, white, I don't care who you is. I don't trust you if you do that. Now, like you said, that 6-step shit, I would call a bluff, because that shit is ridiculous. Because it's so many people that did so much, you know, so much negative things worse than that. You know what I'm saying? That didn't have to go through the, you know what I'm saying, through the loops that they trying to, you know what I'm saying, that they trying to do. And I think, you know, Nick Cannon articulated well as well.
Absolutely. It's buck breaking.
Yeah. So, you know,
so do you want to tell them what Nick Cannon said? When we tell them,
you got it.
So Nick Cannon did an interview with a Jewish rabbi, and they were discussing, you know, because Nick had his own anti-Semitic moment, quote unquote moment, where the Jewish community was coming for him, and he had to do some studying and some learning. And the Jewish rabbi was saying, basically, when we hear those kind of talks, you know, those speaking points, we kind of know where people are going. Yeah. And so when we hear it, it alerts us like, oh, here we go again. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I feel that. But when we black people hear certain talking points, we know it's buck breaking. And a buck was like a young buck, a wild buck, a horse that goes off. So whenever there was a slave that bucked back, or a civil rights leader, you know how they killed Malcolm, they killed Martin, you know what I'm saying? You know how they killed all of our leaders? Yeah, we got white people did. Yeah. So he's saying basically, essentially, when you put Kyrie in this position and give him these stipulations, you know, it dehumanizes him. It shows everybody else what can happen to you if you get out of line. Yeah. And it's a way to check everybody. Like I know, I read a book called the Kaffir Boy. Kaffir in South Africa means nigger. So they basically say nigger boy. And what they would do, the Christians crusades, Christians would come to Africa and they would take over villages. And they would say, you know, if you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, or we'll kill you. So they would wait until I think it was like 7 p.m. and would knock on everybody's door and everybody come outside. And they would go from house to house. Do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? No, I'm a Muslim. Kill him. Do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? No, I'm Hindu. Kill him. And then by the time you get to the third house, do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? Yes, I do. You get to live. And it's a way to instill fear. That's why I think my people are Christians. That is the absolute reason why I think black people are Christians. But we'll deal with that another day. So it's buck breaking or Christian crusading, if you will. We're going to punish you so severely. We're going to humiliate you so much that another nigga will try this shit again. And I think that's what they're doing to Kanye and to Kyrie. I think it is 100% Kanye's fault. I think he was totally stupid. And I don't support him in everything he did. Kyrie, I think, was borderline stupid. I think he was a little too arrogant, a little too brash. I think Kanye's dumb. I think Kyrie made dumb mistakes. I think that is the difference. And I think Herschel Walker's stupid. I think Donald Trump is stupid. I think Kanye is stupid. I think Kyrie made a dumbass mistake.
I agree.
Which is why I'll defend Kyrie. I won't defend nobody else. None of them other niggas, but I'll defend Kyrie.
I'm with you there.
So Kyrie, I'm gonna say, if you want to save your career, play the game to some degree.
Or say fuck it. And if you say,
or be Kaepernick.
If you say you want to retire, like look, one thing, you super rich.
Already. He made $37 million this year. Well, he's not gonna make all of it, but he made something.
With the right financial advisor, you can invest that and be good for the rest of your life. So if you don't feel like you should do what they telling you to do, don't.
Facts.
And like I said, one, you'll have the utmost respect for yourself, and a lot of people have respect for you. My only issue is, look, understand that there's a possibility. At least learn both sides of the spectrum before you try to dehumanize people in their opinions. Because sometimes you get to a point where you feel like you woke or you know something.
And I hate them fake niggas. The folk.
And you decided not to even look at the other side. That speaks volumes on
who you are.
On who you are as a person. And I think that's the only thing. Like, look, if you're telling me you did research on both sides of the spectrum, you actually looked at the video, and this is the outcome that you came with. Whatever it is, I'm riding with you. But
I would agree.
But in your mind, but you've already said that wasn't the case.
So now you got to do some research. Now you do have to do some learning. You got to learn yourself something. Kyrie, I look at it like this: correct the mistakes you made, but I wouldn't bow down to all that other shit. I would say, look, I was so worried about bigging up my people, I didn't realize I was hurting other people.
Yeah.
And since now I know I hurt other people, I apologize for that hurt.
Yeah.
I watched the documentary. I watched it with some Jews and some blacks and some Koreans, and we all, talked about it and we figured some shit out.
We came to a conclusion.
Yeah. And now I have this conclusion. So I think when they said that blacks were the original Jews, I agree. When they said that it was taken from us, I agree. Do I think that Jewish people are controlling the world and shit on everybody? That might be a little bit much for me. But I do know they control the media. They own it. I do know they own the record labels. I know that for a fact. I know they own, television. But I don't know.
It's not anti-Semitic to say that shit either. I apologize.
If it's a fact,
it's a factual statement. It's not. If it was black people that owned it and they said black people do it, it's not. It's not anti that. If it was Mexican or Spanish or whatever, look. If it's true, it's true. And what I'm saying. So some of the stuff that they say, it's rooted in truth. It's just don't put the bullshit on it.
They always put the bullshit on it. Yeah. It's like they can't help it.
They put the super woke shit like on top. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Now we was riding with you. Like you turn uplifting us into something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
You have the resource and everything else to just uplift us.
Yep.
If that's what you truly want to do.
And let me shout out Kyrie for when the WNBA players that didn't go to the bubble for various health reasons. My favorite WNBA player is Elena Deladon for the Washington Mystics. She takes like 60 pills a day for whatever disorder she has. When I take my vitamins, I got all my pharmacy for life shit. Yeah. I take like 5-6 pills a day. She takes 60. That's way more. Like, you know how much water you got to drink to take 60 pills?
And that's one of the ways that's one of the reasons she like she left the college that she was initially at. She was initially at UConn, but she had to move to, I think, Delaware.
To take care of her sister.
Yeah, to take care of her sister, and the hospital and all that stuff was closer, and obviously she chose DC because
it was closer.
Yeah, we got the healthcare system and all that stuff is in place to take care of that condition. So,
but a lot of them didn't go into the bubble for fear of health reasons, and he paid their salaries.
Yeah,
Kyrie Irving paid these women's salaries who couldn't go to the bubble, who didn't feel safe in the bubble. Kyrie has done some amazing fucking things. I think he's a little bit of a weirdo. I don't know why he thinks the earth is flat. I don't know why he's scared the vaccine is gonna kill us and all that shit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, some of the shit,
some of this shit is it's some weirdo shit.
I'm like, why do you care about that shit? Like
right,
some people, some shit I just don't care about. I'm like, look, life is short. I got X amount of time to be here. Do I really want to live my life with this thought process? Because it could.
He's still a young man.
Because it'll always hinder me from living my best life, though.
Absolutely.
So that's how I justify. Like I'm like, you don't believe? I'm like, maybe not. But I know people who ain't here, and if I'd be damned if I'm gonna waste that amount of time on that.
Me and my boy Smith say all the time, I'm from the religion of I don't know.
I like it.
That's my religion. I don't know. What would I don't know.
We had to drop forward.
Exactly. Kyrie, keep your head up. Keep your nose in them books. Continue to educate yourself. And when you come out and you make your statement, and it sounds like you have really studied. I don't care if you say, upon further review, fuck all Jews. I don't care if you say that. But if you tell me you've been studying and this is where you are now, I'm going to support you in it. Based on the fact that you actually studied.
You actually did the work, yeah.
I don't think he's going to study and come on and say, fuck all Jews. I think he's going to study and say, some of y'all was fucked up, some of y'all cool, and I shouldn't have lumped everybody. And I'm cool with that. I think that through his studies, that's where he'll arrive to. But like, I talked about the other day, I don't even know no Jewish people. Like, I don't know them. I don't know them to like them or to love them or to hate them. I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't want them in the same circles. I don't know them niggas.
Yeah, and you don't have to be able to respect everybody in their perspective. So if they feel if they feel a certain way, I gotta listen to what they say because that is the group we talking about. And I would hope that y'all would think about us in the same light.
Yeah, I ain't seen too many Jewish people saying Black Lives Matter. I'm just saying. I'm not anti-Semitic, but if you think that's anti-Semitic,
it's possible. It's possible that they did.
Yeah, because we saw all over the country. They was in Germany saying Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, so it's possible. It's possible that they was riding. So we don't know, but it's like, look,
I know the ADL didn't ride because the ADL to me is a fucking gang, and they go like, oh, they said they're a gang. Whenever a black person says something that they don't like, they attack and they destroy. To me, that's a gang. You can call them what you want. So I don't know if I heard them because. The lobby they have, the power they have, if they were really tired of innocent black men getting gunned down by police, you see what they're doing to Kanye? You see what they're doing to fucking Kyrie? True. You don't think they can do it to one police officer? Your blues ain't like mine.
Yeah.
How about that? But moving right along, before they call me an anti-Semite.
We are not.
We are not, in case you're wondering. And Semitic people are Black people in Africa and Asia. So I don't know what the fuck you be talking about if you did. You sound really weird. But I'm not going to be Kyrie and just leave it at that. I'm not anti-Semitic.
Period.
I don't hate any people.
Love everybody.
Well, straight white men in America. we gotta work through our issues. I'm not saying I hate you. I'm just saying, Brian Kemp, we have to work through our issues. When I feel you care about my life and you care that I'm alive and you care that I live, then, we have some dialogue.
We'll be all right.
Exactly. At that point and not a moment before. But let's get into our Nipsey Hussle Award.
If it's sports, if it's fashion, if it's music, if it's hustling, whatever, you're on a marathon, so.
Shout out to Nipsey, rest in peace, Nip, love you to death. Rest in peace, Takeoff, love you to death. Nipsey Hussle Award, Diddy purchased a cannabis company, and with the purchase of this, it's in New York, I think Utah, it's in 3 different states. With the size of this cannabis company, but then purchasing it and becoming the majority owner, He now has the largest marijuana dispensary for a black person in the country. Where the hell my round of applause at? Because then he just making moves. Him and Carisha out there making moves. God damn it. That's huge. I know Jay-Z has his Monogram, which is a black-owned weed company. We know the Runts.
Yeah.
Runts black-owned weed company. Corrupt has the Moon Rocks. Wiz Khalifa has K-Kush, whatever it's called. There are a lot of rappers in I'm proud to say hood niggas that have their own weed companies. And Diddy just came in and said, now I have the largest weed dispensary company in the fucking nation.
Bad.
And I love it. I'm not a big weed smoker. I was when I was younger. That was my favorite pastime. But now I smoke occasionally. Probably more routinely than the average person, but I'm not a pothead. I'm not. I really only smoke with pretty women around, or if I'm with the crew. I don't really smoke in the house by myself. I smoke with the ladies, or I smoke with the crew. But
makes sense.
This is a $1 billion industry that has taken over the planet since we became, for the most part, legal. Is that how we would describe it?
Yeah,
for the most part. And I'm glad that our people are getting involved in it, and I'm glad that Diddy is at the forefront. It's like even with Jay-Z and Jeff Bezos discussing buying the Commanders. We all know I hate the Redskins, hate the Commanders, but if Jay-Z gets at least like a 5% ownership stake, I might have to reconsider my whole life. Because Jerry Jones pissed me off with that flag shit, with the national anthem shit. And everybody know my mother raised me a Cowboy fan. And I had issues trying to switch because that's my mama team. When I watch the Cowboys, I don't watch it just to see the game. I watch it and I bond with my mother because that's what we did when I was a kid. We watched the Cowboys. So the Cowboys mean way more to me than just some football. You like this team you like? Nigga, see me and my mother like, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
It's a different bond.
It's a different bond. However, we get some black ownership in the NFL. I'm ready to expand that.
I was a Redskin fan forever, but the way Snyder was moving, especially with the Trump stuff, that was like, I'm like, look, either I gotta stop watching football or I gotta stop supporting him.
And I think you supported the
Steelers,
the team. The only team I wish I was a fan of.
And you guys,
I love the fucking Roonies.
Yeah, and that's what
they did more for black people in the NFL. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Than I think any body of government in the NFL, any team. The advancements of black people in the NFL, I think we got to get like 50% of the credit to the Roonies. Am I right or wrong?
Right, and that's why, like, and one, I had recently lost my pops. I was like, I bet that was my pops team. They was the first team that let black players play on the team. The Rooney
Redskins were the last team to let a black person play.
Exactly. And, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, it made sense. Like, look, if I'm going to support football, this is my only route to do it for me to be able to kind of look at myself in the mirror and say I'm okay with it. That's why I did it.
I hear that. I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect it. I told you that before. I respect the fuck out of it. Rest in peace to your pops, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Diddy. And let's see what the hell been on TV. Actually, ain't nothing been on TV, but we got something to talk about. That's about to mean the motherfucker.
Netflix and chill. What does that even mean?
It means Wakanda Forever. This weekend, I'm going to see Wakanda Forever. Are you going this weekend? Are you going with us?
Nah, y'all be going to the putting the 3D glasses and shit on.
I definitely do 3D. Yeah. Well, assuming this is 3D. I don't know that it's 3D. If there's a 3D showing, I'm going to that one.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
I got because I'm trying to figure out how much. I thought I'm gonna take my daughter because she wouldn't experience it. But I'm gonna call my brother and see if my nephews want to go.
Okay.
I might I might do that.
We go on Saturday.
Just the fellas, or y'all taking the kids too?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out. I'll find out tonight.
Okay.
Usually it be the kids too, but I'm not sure. I'll find out tonight and let you know.
Okay.
But I mean, last year you saw the pictures. We was on that shit. If you didn't see, I'll show them to you. Actually, I'm gonna post them tomorrow, Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm posting them tomorrow for Throwback Thursday on the podcast page and my page. Because we was African garment down for Black Panther, my nigga. Like we showed up and showed out. They was like, y'all got all dressed up. Yes.
That
Black
was us.
superhero, Africa. Damn right. My name is now Tariq Newman, bitch.
Right,
I definitely got dressed up.
Like that was us.
Yeah. I might buy shit the next time this weekend. I might, you know what? I just figured out my outfit. How about? And I'm gonna take a picture in front of the sign I did the last time and show how I look 3-4 years later. Still young, still handsome, still fuck your girl. You know what I'm saying? I know it's true. But anyway, I will say this growing my hair out stage, it's a little challenging. I'm in the ugly phase. I'm in the phase where like you can't really, it's just not enough hair. But I'll get to this phase, keep back, because I know y'all see it and like, what are you doing with this hair? I'm just growing it. I'm gonna go me a little shorty said cruddy, but I call it a temp table, bushy temp. But what you call this out? I'm looking forward to the movie.
That's what's up.
I do believe the sister takes over the Black Panther thing. Is this a whole controversy? Everybody guessing who it is? Like, is it the mother? Is it the queen? Is it? No, like, I would just assume it was the sister.
Yeah, it looked like
I don't know who the fuck it is. I just assumed it was her. And then the comic book nerds told me that in one of the comics, she does become Black Panther. So I'm like, well, that would make sense. Then they could just tell that story.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And I know that there's an elaborate funeral scene. One of my boys on posted like, I'm not gonna cry doing Black Panther. And I was like, shit, nigga, we all gonna cry, nigga. We all gonna cry when they show Chadwick, nigga.
That's why I was torn. You know they're gonna have them, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna, show love throughout it. I'm like, look. And then, I feel a way about it not being a black male hero. I feel a way. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
I am 80% sure I'm going to drop at least one tear during this movie.
Yeah,
80% sure. Because I hate to see our black men who would get the Nipsey Hussle Award, our black excellence, cut down at such a young age from disease, bullets, from whatever, jail. I hate that shit. And and this is the greatest black superhero story I've ever been a part of. Not that I was in the movie, but that I witnessed it, I supported, that I love. Me and Mel was talking, and I was like, I went and saw the movie 3 times in theaters just to give them my money.
Yeah.
And she went 4.
Oh. And I'm gonna go just like, I feel a way about it, and I'm gonna spend money. Like, so if I don't go, I'm gonna buy an online ticket. I don't give a fuck. Just cause I'm gonna look, the box office needs to show a certain amount, and I understand that.
Factory. And when this movie came out, this is the largest grossing Marvel movie / I think, well, I'll say Marvel movie in history.
Yeah.
Now, of course, Endgame and all those other the ensemble.
Yeah, at a certain point, yeah.
Passed it.
Yeah, they spent so fucking much money on that shit.
Yeah, it was the #1 movie that ever fucking made by Marvel.
Yeah.
And it was us. It was African. It was black. It was, yeah, I love it. Love it. I tell you like that. Everybody go get your tickets. Let's go see it this weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Give them our money so we can have the biggest debut weekend of any movie in the history of movies. That's what we should do to pay back Brian Kemp for stealing this fucking election. That's how you stand with Kyrie and Kanye. You go support this goddamn movie. God damn it. And then and I always, whenever I see this, I always think of Mel. I'm like, this is Mel. Hello? Okay, yeah, this is Mel's favorite segment of the show. And fuck it. I hate the YouTube.
Get with this, or you can get with. Come on, come on.
And they be using that shit in commercials now. Yeah, check. I hate this shit. Sorry, y'all. It be happening sometimes. But they be doing us in the commercials, and every podcast in America has a this or that segment, and they gotta relax. They gotta relax. We started this shit. We all must fucking relax. But getting into this is that, giving someone in our case, a young lady, your phone number or your Instagram, or getting her phone number or Instagram, what do you think? I won't say means the most, but what do you think is the best strategy? Getting the phone number or getting the Instagram? How do you view that? If you ask a girl says, hey, she's interested, here's my Instagram. What does that make you think? She says she's interested, here's my number. What does that make you think?
I'm definitely a number guy. Like I would prefer the number because it's more personal, it's directly attached to you. I would feel a certain way if you're like, hey, send me a DM or an instant message or Instagram message. I'm like, I would feel like it's not personal. And I'm not that young of a motherfucker, so I'm like, look, that's a little weird to me. I'm like, look, ain't no drive-bys. I'm walking up. Like, what's up? I want to get to know you. I don't want to send you Instagram messages and shit.
That's
like
one
that.
of my old lines. I used to use that.
Yeah.
I don't do no drive-by. I walk up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that from me. Oh, one of your homies got it from me. We from that same soil. Because that was my line, like in the 90s.
Yeah, so what is it? So is it IG or I'm sure you do it, you got a lot of social media action over here.
You know what I'm saying? I will say this. I agree with everything you said about the numbers, getting the phone number. Right. However, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm adding more color because if I get your IG, I can see your posts, I can see your thoughts, I can see how you look on good days and bad days, I can see who you're with, I can see what you're interested in. I can do a whole survey on at least your online persona.
Yeah.
That might not even be who you really are.
Right.
That might be your online shit, but it could be who you are.
I want it though. Like, I would like to be able to look at all that too. But I'm just saying, on my initial hello, I wanted to be direct to you. So I'm with you.
I agree. I'm not offended if it's not, because if I'm booking you, you don't really know me. You don't know what shit I'm on.
Yeah.
I appreciate you wanting a buffer. I'm gonna get the number eventually, in a day or two, because you're gonna look at my page. You gonna see no breaks new. I've been that nigga for my whole life, and you can scroll through back 10 years and be like, he was that nigga 10 years ago too. I doubt he gonna fall off now. You know what I'm saying? He been that nigga for 10 years since Instagram started. I don't think he's gonna fall off.
You gonna see I'm no breaks. You see, I'm him. I'm him.
Basically, I'm him.
Every athlete that coming again, I'm him.
Exactly.
I'm him.
So I like to see that side of you. I like to see, where you like to go, what you like to do, because that's what Instagram basically is. This is where I go. This is what I do.
Do you search it?
This is who I'm with.
If you get a number, do you search the Instagram based on the name, or you said sometimes it come would you try to search it, or would you just say, hey man, what's your Instagram?
She just gave me the number?
Yeah.
I don't know how to search it by the number.
Yeah, see, I don't even know. But I'm thinking sometimes
I will ask. The only way I know how to find your Instagram is either you tell me or I ask you for it. I don't know a way to search it.
Okay.
So if I get a girl's number and I'm getting curious, or I'm like, I don't know if I like this.
Let me see who you are.
Let me see who you are. I'll be like, what's your IG? I just straight up ask, what's your IG? I want to see something. I might not even add, I want to see something. I just ask, what's your IG? And then I'll go to it. Or a lot of times when I'm getting to know a woman, she knows I do a podcast. And I'll be like, yeah, this is my podcast. You should follow our IG, Pod Named Kickback. And then she gonna follow it, and then I'm gonna follow her, and then I'm gonna see what I want to see.
Yeah.
But I do want to see it because if I see a pro-Trump post, I'm probably gonna change some shit. Actually, maybe not, because I just had 2 chicks that I was rapping to that both were Trump supporters, and I was like, I'm still gonna fuck them.
Like, yeah, I know y'all don't have no morals.
Right, you're gonna do everything. Golden showers for both of you.
It's the payback.
right.
Payback.
Motherfucker, how'd you vote? And it's funny, I don't talk to either one of them. They never went nowhere. I thought I could look past him, but I couldn't get over it. Well, this bitch voted for Trump. I can't get over this shit.
You can't get over it.
I couldn't get over it. I was like, it kept popping up in my mind. Like, at some point, you thought that was the. I ain't ready to do it.
But, fall in love. What's it?
Fall in love and then consummate, or consummate and then fall in love. And I asked that question because I was actually talking to one of my exes, and it didn't really spawn from that. But when I was coming up with the idea, I asked her about it. Yeah. And she was like, "Well, I would definitely choose to fall in love first." And I was like, "It's beautiful the first night." What you trying to say? The fuck is you talking about, my nigga? My nigga, what the fuck? You the fuck, nigga? And I mean, I think in an ideal world, you would fall in love first and then consummate. My only objection to that is I am not sure I could fall in love if I didn't consummate. Because so much of my love is physical touch. You know, but that's my love language. You know what I'm saying? It's my love language. So I don't know. That's funny.
Niggas like you, babe. You see, look, your mind, spirit, all that shit. Fuck all that.
No. Hey, you know what's so crazy? This was crazy. I actually. I'll see it.
Clean it up.
Yeah, clean it up. I had a woman who I thought checked a lot of boxes.
Okay.
Not all the boxes, but enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the sex wasn't good to me. And it was like, let's say it's 10 boxes total for a relationship. I was like, well, she checked like 6. And then now let's see what sex is. Let's see what 7. It's gonna be 7. And it didn't get to 7. And I was like, do I want to do this? And I really, it's like a woman who, you know, if a nigga don't please them sexually, like, it's like, and everything else is right. Like, do you want to do it? There's a decision that has to be made. Yeah. And there's a concession because she knew I was into some freak shit. And y'all know I'm in freak shit. And she tried, she wasn't with it. But when she felt, I guess, my level of disinterest, she was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try to do it. And she just did it like a goody girl would do it. And it was corny and it was unattractive. And it was like, baby, that ain't gonna work for me.
Does that change as you get older? Or no? And maybe your values change a little bit and you like, look, you know, does it? Or no? Okay.
Looks, my view on looks changes.
Okay.
My view on financial status changes. I want to bust a mean nut. Like, that is
women might see it drastically different then. Like,
I think a lot of women see it the way I see it. Well,
no. Women wouldn't.
Women want to come hard. Everybody wants to have
no. I agree with that, but they not marrying that motherfucker if he doesn't have the other side that you just said.
But I'm not marrying a motherfucker that ain't got the other side either.
And that's why niggas ain't getting married.
Like, I look at it like, you ain't got to be perfect, but I have to be attracted to you.
I got you.
We have to, like, sex is a fun thing to me.
Yeah.
Like, what you like to do? I'll be watching the NBA. I'll be watching NFL. I like Marvel movies. I like fucking, like, sex got to be good to me. Now, does she have to be the best sex I ever had?
You don't want that.
Gotta be that. But I want to be satisfied, and that's essentially what it boiled down to. I gotta be satisfied, and I don't mean like even just coming. Like I gotta be satisfied. Like I had some women do some things to me that,
So,
that's
that be certain people arguments on why you shouldn't have sex with people.
Oh, you shouldn't have sex with people?
Like, well, not.
Or before marriage?
Yeah, that's.
Well, I don't.
Yeah.
But I would be pissed off if I found out wedding night.
Yeah, but that's because right? Because you just mentioned it. You because I didn't have people do.
Why you should be a virgin until you get married?
Yeah, or at least keep it to a certain level. Like if you had 78 different partners,
all it takes is one. You can have one partner that fuck the shit out you.
Yeah, but
and then you get your second one, and the disparity is from here to there.
Yeah,
it don't matter if you had 80 partners. You had 2 partners.
Yeah,
but you had 2 Pops, and one was Machiavelli.
But everybody is so different though. Like this one might have the head, and she was like, "Oh, I never had this type of head before." But this one might get you said, "Oh, sex, this never."
But what if this one gave you head and sex, and this one didn't do anything?
Yeah,
that's a real scenario.
That's drastically different. Yeah.
But it's real. That happens. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
Trust me, and trust me, because I know women that just trust me. It should be shit sometimes. It be like that, because I know women like that love a nigga and nothing was right sexually, and they didn't love me,
and I say
but they love to have fun with me. And I've had women.
You a fun nigga?
I'm a fun nigga. But nigga, I had a woman tell me I wasn't a fun nigga. I was like, bitch. Everybody loves me.
I do my best. I really put my effort into this shit.
Fuck you, man.
Fucking feelings, bitch. With all that said, though, I'm more of a consummate this shit first too. Like I don't know if I could. To me, I'm not sure if I believe in like falling in love so soon. So I think certain things take over time. So in my head, I don't think it'll take, like how long it takes to truly fall in love. I don't think we can actually deal with each other that long and not have had sex. So that's my thought process.
Well, yeah. So then you think that consummate before fall in love?
Yeah, I agree completely.
Okay, I bet. I thought you want to hit me with the James.
No. Shit. But I understand other people's perspective on like, look, when you put so many, and this is different because I'm not a virgin. So if I was a virgin, maybe like, look, I understand their perspective and like, hey, when you start adding so much shit in there, you add so much certain expectations. I saw like a funny meme, and the dude was like, "Oh, you never had he told his significant other like, oh, you never had a boyfriend? Oh, this is gonna be great because you don't have any expectations." And he was like, "He like, I do have expectations." Like, what's the expectations? This is this. He like, those are all roommate expectations. You don't have any boyfriend expectations. This is gonna go great because everything I'm gonna give you, you're gonna love.
Yes. I think that I don't think I'm gonna fall in love until I see what the box is like. And because sex is a really important part of a relationship to me. That's why I like when girls be like, "Hey, it was so great, but I didn't like fucking them."
I get you.
I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I think ideally you wouldn't even fuck anybody if you didn't love them. If you want to get me on my righteous shit, you want to get me on my pro-black, all that shit.
You didn't hit chicks right away.
I have. I said ideally, not real life.
Okay.
Ideally.
Okay.
If you want to get me on my biblical shit or my power to the people and what we should do is we wouldn't drink liquor. If you ask me on the real shit,
okay,
we wouldn't drink liquor, we wouldn't smoke weed, we wouldn't curse. We like if you get me in my bag,
Okay.
that I'm really not capable of being in. But if you ask me my purest thoughts, those are my purest thoughts.
Okay.
They're just not realistic for me.
Okay. I respect that.
I can't do that shit. I don't even think I've told a woman I love her without her sucking my dick at a particular quality. You gonna have to suck, like you know what I'm saying? You gonna have to. There's gonna have to be at least 1 billion sperm in your stomach, or that pass through your stomach before you hit the N word from me.
Yo, wow.
Like, and this is going to be a great way of doing it. Because you can have 1 billion sperm in your stomach, but ain't suck my dick right, and you ain't gonna hit it. I love you. I'm in total support of getting what you want sexually. But I also wonder sometimes if I gave up on a woman that could have been everything because I ain't like the sex. Well, she wouldn't have been everything because she ain't had that part. But if I gave up, if you do your ratios, like she was was like a 90, but then the sex was and then this other girl, she was like a 70, but the sex was fire. And then this other girl, she was a 55, but it was the best sex ever. You gotta weigh it. But I know I like fucking, so I want, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a daily activity. Like I that has to be at a certain threshold. Like financial balancing the books got to be at a certain threshold. Respect and love and cuddling and all that. Everything got to be at a certain threshold.
Okay.
But sex got to be there too. Goddamn it, I ain't playing. And I'm not mad at men or women that choose to bow out. It got to be at a certain level.
And I agree. And my last point on it, I never met somebody. And they, you know what I'm saying, like relationships I respect and I see as forever. I never heard them say, shit, man, it was the best sex I ever had. It was always something else. So that's how I know, like I can't put that number one. Ideally you gotta be satisfied, but I always knew I couldn't put that number one because I'm like,
it's not number one.
Yeah, I've never heard like as a man, you know, if I ever get married and I'm down at the altar and I get emotional, it's not gonna be like, oh damn, this sex gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? Like
well, I might cry. I might cry about it. So I heard a podcast to say we always settle down.
Cancel them, ladies. Nigga say I might.
Yeah, I heard a podcast to say we always. No, it's Joe Budden that said it.
That's not the right nigga to talk to. That nigga falls up every 3 to 6 months.
Facts. That nigga said that we always settle down with the girl who gives us the best head. Do you think there's any truth to that?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't.
If I look back at my relationships, my little 13, 14-year-old relationship, that wasn't true. My college relationship became true, but it didn't start true.
Okay.
So,
no.
My next relationship, that wasn't true. The one after that, it was absolutely true. The one after that was absolutely true. The drama out here in Georgia that I went through, true.
But it was so much other bullshit with it.
It's so much other bullshit with it. So those are what I would call my 3 main relationships. And then the one that I never actually made it a relationship, but the one that didn't get it off, but I thought she was the sweetest person in the world. And so to me, that's 50-50. That's 3 and 3.
Did she ever get married?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But she hates me. I can't even say hi to her. She's like, fuck you. And I'm like, dog. She's like, you went back to that bitch. I'm like, she sucked my dick in amazing ways. I had to go back.
She was a bad one too, though.
I'm saying.
You gotta weigh it.
Gotta weigh it. So that is 50% of my experience. 50% of my relationships were started with the person who gave me the best hit at that moment. One of them on the other side became the best hit at that moment. The other two, they were not. They never got close. But 4 of my 6 relationships at some point were the best hit ever.
At that particular point? Okay.
At that particular point. Well, and of course, one was later. Yeah. It was in the relationship that she stepped her game up.
Okay.
So 4 out of 6
so
at some
learned.
point.
Okay.
Yeah.
She learned.
So that makes me feel like what Joe said was jive true. It's not 100% true, but jive.
None of them motherfuckers was forever. And none of them probably lasted more than 2.5, 3 years.
Well, the point was who you get into a relationship with. Now
okay.
Now who you stay with forever.
See, that's different.
Who do you jump? Who gets the commitment title? Is what he was saying. Who gets the boyfriend title from you?
Okay.
And he said it's the bitch that give you the best head. Out of all your chicks that you dealing with. You dating the two or 3 chicks at a moment. The one that gets the relationship is the one that gave you the best head. Has your answer changed?
No. Because maybe when I was in my 20s, maybe that happens, but in my age now.
Well, you can't do now. You got to only do your past experience. You can't project future. So in your past experience, from your last girl to your teenage years, is that true?
Nah, because I met with some nasty motherfuckers, though. So I feel like some back. So like, that was never happening, dude. I don't give a fuck what you say, but Button say.
You ain't no way you gonna be my girl.
There's no way.
Ain't no way.
This type of skill.
I see that skill.
Behavior.
I don't. Well,
you ain't just look at me and say I want to do this.
Right. But for me, I'm like, I appreciate the work you put in before you met me, and I'm gonna take advantage of it. I'm gonna enjoy this shit for the rest of my life. I don't care what you did before me. You know what I'm saying?
6 months to a year, that shit never for the rest of your life.
I had my relationships. None of my relationships been the rest of my life.
I know, but I'm saying 6 months to a year before that shit go left.
I disagree, because I don't trip off like a girl body count. I don't.
No. I ain't saying no. I don't. No, I'm just saying. I feel like a relationship, a true relationship, is based on different values. Other than that,
I agree. Well, maybe what I should add into that is, let's say you have 3 women you really like.
That's different.
And then the one that sucks the best dick is the one you choose.
Tag goes to the runner.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like she's a dirty, nasty whore that don't have a job and got 18 kids.
There we go.
But she sucks dick great.
Okay.
And then this girl has a good job, a good future. She votes correctly and she is building a business and you love her family, but you choose her because she sucked dick. Nah, this is...
They somewhat in the same lane.
They in the same lane. Okay. But which one do you settle with?
If you're in the same range, it's definitely a differentiator.
Definitely a differentiator. I might name this episode "Definitely a Differentiator." Really quickly, Orgasm music. 21 Savage and Drake put out a joint album. It's mainly a Drake album with some features by 21 Savage. But I liked it. I listened to a little bit in the mountains as I was getting bit by bed bugs. I listened to a little bit this week. I've seen other blogs and other podcasts go crazy about it. I'm not going crazy about it, but I appreciate it. And it is my favorite Drake. You got the R&B soul Drake. You got the talk shit. I'm gonna pop shit. I'm damn near gangster Drake. You got the I'm lyrical miracle Drake. You got the techno music Drake. You got the timestamp Drake where he does 3 a.m. in Toronto, 4 a.m. in Miami, 7 a.m. in Atlanta. Those when he just spitting and he gives a good dose of pause. All the Drakes I like. So this is and I love 21 Savage. He is my favorite out of the new kids. when I say new kids, the last 5-10 years, whatever.
Okay.
So I like it, man. I haven't lived with it because I have been in the real world dealing with real people and not listening to a lot of music. But the few times I heard it, I did enjoy it. I do like it. I do. There's nothing out right now when it comes to music that I'm gonna play before that.
Okay.
I'm gonna listen to my podcast. I'm gonna watch my TV shows. I'm gonna watch my sports talk. When it's time to put on some music, I'm gonna go to that first, and then I'll play the other shit later. So it's that to me. I would recommend everybody take a listen, man. I like it.
That's what's up.
He has some controversial lyrics. He's about, she lied up all the shots, but she's still a stallion. And everybody's like, oh, someone made the stallion, lied up about getting shot. And then a rumor came out that it was like, Elk the Stallion always lied about getting butt shots. So she lied about the shots, but she's still a stallion. And then I was like, well, maybe it's a double entendre. He's taking shots at both them chicks.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't put that past Drake.
Yeah.
But he called Serena husband a groupie. Serena,
I thought that was
sidebar. Husband was a groupie.
I thought that was something.
Yeah, I don't know the story behind it.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. You never know the story.
It gotta be
it's
a big story for you to mention it, but it don't. It gotta be a big story for one of us to mention it, because we ain't gonna say that shit.
Yeah.
So it's either a big enough story that he did it, or he just be on the sucker shit.
Yeah, because that seemed a little because you got a history. So I'm like, I was a little torn. I'm like, look, man, that just appeared to be unnecessary, especially with them being married and having children.
21 Savage said he asked Drake to address all his issues, and whoever had a problem with it, he got his back, basically. Like, let's address all your shit.
Yeah,
and whoever say something, I'm rocking.
Ain't nobody gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, yeah, we know Serena, her husband's name.
Yeah, like
see nobody in the street.
His response was very classy. So
it was classy. It was corny too. I thought it was kind of corny.
Yeah, but
he could, for who he is, we can give it classy.
He could have went Clips.
He could have. What could he have? Really? Could he have?
Yeah.
Like the average nigga probably could, but could he have done that?
It would be more damaging from him than it would be any other nigga. Like, look, I'm like, nigga, like
the lame niggas talk shit. I just be like, all right, I might not even respond. Yeah, you're not even like what you really gonna do? What could he say that was true? You used to fuck my girl. You guys had to fuck me. You start fucking other bitches.
Nah.
What do you want to say?
You talking about my wife and my child's mother. I can talk about yours.
Oh, facts. Hey, okay.
That opens up. Okay. That opens up a lot. Because at that point,
I agree.
You bring in your kid in it. You bring. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah. Drake come at me. I'm gonna be like, that's why Rihanna chose Chris Brown over you, bitch. Your fucking baby mother is fucking prostitute on Pornhub. Jeff. And Drizzy love you. But if you ever come against me, I'm gonna tell you.
It was unnecessary. Like my thing is, they living happily. You know,
something must have happened. That's how I looked at it.
Yeah,
something happened.
Yeah, something happened.
Because you talking about Nobu, I'm like, so something must have happened at Nobu.
Yeah,
like something, and if something happened, then I get Drake. Like it was at Nobu when he was being all extra and all this shit, and you be like.
See, at a certain point, you gotta let certain shit go. Like if she marries a chick and has, if she marries a man and have a kid, I gotta let it go unless you say something to me.
I think he said something to him because he mentioned Nobu.
No.
He mentioned something.
I'm like,
something
if you say
happened.
If you say now, my thing is, if you say something after the issue, that's when I feel like I can address it. Like if something happened at Nobu, and then you brought it up, I'm like, okay, all right. All bets are off now because you.
I don't know
it up.
shit about her husband, so I don't know if he said anything or didn't. I don't know. I don't even know if he didn't. I know he's white. That's all I know.
Yeah, his response didn't
seem
like he was.
Because I don't want to be called anti-Semitic. I don't want to be called.
You really better worry about that. Shit, this whole shit be shut down.
Right.
Nigga, motherfucker, the shit online don't even work. Like, your account has been.
Yeah, I've been in Facebook jail so many times. I don't even show my posts on Facebook no more.
Hey.
I don't even care no more. Like, fuck Facebook. Fuck Mark Zuckerberg. Is he Jewish? I don't want to get anti-Semitic joke.
Yeah, you better be careful.
Name's Zuckerberg. That's. I'm not even gonna say what it sounds like. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Shout out to all my Hebrews. As we get up out of here, man, we're gonna do a sports episode later in the week. I just volunteered you, J. Lou.
Hey.
I ain't even ask you, but yeah, we're gonna do a sports episode this week.
The storm about to come. One of these days when the storm messed up, we, you know what I'm saying? We just get on.
There it is.
We ain't gonna be in the street, so.
Exactly. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in another week. I noticed that we were back on the charts. We were in the top 200 again this week and last week and the week before. And I just appreciate you kickbackers. I was telling fucking Shannon, because it was her episode that put us at like 180 or something in the country. And I was like, I checked the charts so much because I want to make sure I'm not doing a podcast for myself.
Right.
I want to make sure somebody's fucking watching this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
And to see that we stay on the charts and with all the changes that's been made and, you know, everything that's been going on, I do want to say I appreciate y'all. Especially if you watch this whole episode, you made it to the end and you're here right now. Thank you, my nigga. Thank you. What my drop at? Hold up. What you really should say is thank you, man.
The truth is, you should say thank you, man.
And that's how I feel. Thank you, man. So kickbackers, but I say kick back, guys. I'm talking to you, and know we got a Patreon. Know that we have a Instagram page, a Pod Named Kickback. We on Twitter, a Pod Named KB. We're on Facebook, a Pod Named Kickback. If you want to watch live on Wednesday nights at 7:30, go to our YouTube page, a Pod Named Kickback, and you can watch live and type in your comments, and we'll respond to you every week. And I thank you so much. I appreciate you. Be safe. Do the right thing. Argue less. Love more. But don't be a pushover. Uno.
We out.